guys. We have more road break right here. Ryan and I, and we have via satellite
Yes.
from the well Kutztown, Pennsylvania. The
Jean
return,
Paul Leek.
the return of Jean Paul Egg. What's up, Jean Paul or
Oh,
Egg?
nothing much.
And
Here to
we have
talk about some Clash of Champions.
we're ready for Clash of Champions.
As
So
ready
we're
as I'm
gonna
ever be.
Yep, and we're gonna start with some predictions of the pay per view, and hope all of you guys are doing great. Thanks for supporting the page, and well, we're gonna start with Ryan. Your thoughts about the pay per view? Are you excited? You don't give a fuck?
I do not give a fuck at all.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
That's pretty much where I'm at too. There's a
What
few
about
matches
you?
I want to see just to see where the story goes, but overall, there's not going to be anything really going on here that's too important. I feel just
Yeah,
another.
well, it's another pay per view, so we gotta watch.
Yeah.
We're roll break, we're gonna do it. So we're gonna start with what supposed pre-show, right, Ryan?
well, right now this does not give any indication of certain order or anything. I just pulled
I
up
would
the
say it's safe to
card.
say the cruiserweights on the pre-show.
I
Unfortunately,
believe that's what it is. The cruiserweights. I think it's a triple threat
It's a
match.
triple threat match, yeah.
yeah.
Umberto Carrillo.
Yes,
Yeah, we said hi to him during Mania Access.
we did.
And I think who else is
It's
defending with Drew Gulak
yeah.
and
I forget who the other one is.
Is it Lindsay Dorado?
yeah,
Lindsay
Lindsay
Dorado.
Dorado. There you go. See, that's why Eki's back. He needs to
I would
help us out.
I would say Gulag holds it.
I'm agreeing with you 100%.
It-
There's no way they take the title off him already, and
yeah,
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the other two, but I don't see them being credible cruiserweight champions yet.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that if the Gulag is still like in his run, in the middle of his run, I don't think that they will pull the trigger. Although I hear many reports that 205 Live is going to be, they're going to cancel the show
That's what I heard.
and they're going to be merged into the NXT world.
yeah. Which I think, to not get too much into that, I think that'll be good for all those guys because then they can do the stuff on NXT. Hopefully, that's not like, oh, now here's the last hour's 205 Live. Hopefully, they're just mixed in with the NXT guys, and
Yeah,
it's
and
not,
it's going to be
and
2 hours.
And at least
yeah,
it'll have a crowd that'll appreciate the shit they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be live, and it's going to be like Ryan said, like people are going to actually appreciate rather than people being tired and wanting to leave.
yeah, because those
that's
are
what
all
happens
wrestling
after Smack.
fans
So
who
I
are gonna
feel
add
that,
NXT. Yeah, but I
yeah,
agree. I think we're all in agreement. Gulak's not gonna lose the title. But
yeah,
I mean, I think it'll still be a good match. I don't know if they made it a triple threat to try to protect someone. Who did they just added Lindsay, right? I
yeah,
think
yeah.
he.
Well, I think it's because like they had like support like a really great match with Umberto and Lindsay won, so they
Oh, okay.
added him into the like they made it a triple threat. So I mean, this is a way to showcase everybody to me because remember at the beginning they always was always Kalisto, it was always Akira Tozawa. So I think they're giving chances to the other guys.
I do
Yeah.
like because you saw on Raw they had Grand Metalik go with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Grand
That was
Metalik.
an excellent match.
See, that was a legit match, and
Yeah,
of
that
course,
would have been. I mean, I don't know the story on 205, but that would have been cool if he would have had that good showcase, and then they said, "Oh, you earn a title like or a number one contender match like next week for that good show." I mean, I don't know. He still lost, but I don't know. Some kind of continuity between all the shows.
yeah,
Like that'd be
that's
like that would
They
be kind of.
they don't seem to do that though. I
I know I'm
hate what
asking
they
a lot.
do. Yeah, they don't do it. Unfortunately, the way they do it now is if you beat the champion,
You
you get
get-
a title match.
get
a
and
title
the fucking title looks
What
shitty.
AJ say? You just got to come out and look at it.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
like that makes the title look shitty. That makes the champion look shitty.
You make everybody look crappy. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the problem is like for example, like you gotta come out and just point at the title like they do to the WrestleMania sign. It's like I just won it, and then
That's
of
it.
course you get a title shot.
Yeah.
Like come on, what happened with we said this throughout months. We've been saying we won number one contender matches.
Yep.
We want like the losers winnings to have like some kind of meaning. You're in the back, you're in contendership. You keep going up or you're going down.
Would be nice.
It will be nice, right? Ek?
I agree, but I think we're like I said, we're asking a little too much right now. Maybe when Vinny Mac goes and plays football for a little bit, we'll be free. But until then,
Let's hope that let's hope that Terra Rising like finally gets some more control because I think he cares about those things.
Yes.
So well, anyway, we agree that like pre-show starts and Drew Gulak will retain against Humberto Carrillo and Lince Dorado. I mean, it's gonna be legit, probably the best match,
Oh,
and
it'll
that's
be a
gonna be
good
the
match
pre.
for the 8 minutes they give them,
Yeah.
if
I mean,
that.
yeah, probably, but I mean, it's always it was one of the best matches in the pay per view, but of course nobody sees it because
Unfortunately,
nobody watched the paper, no, the pre show.
nobody watched the
Yeah,
pre-show.
nobody watches the pre show. So anyway, moving on. What else do we have?
Right now, at least, the first thing that shows up is the bullshit women's tag team championship
That's
match.
perfect. I think those two are going to be the pre-show.
So,
I hope not because
If
I
I
love Alexa too much.
I
no,
the only
you're
thing I'm
bullshit.
I, hey, I agree with you, dude. 100%. This guy wants to do everything to that woman, and she is absolute garbage.
My whole like you can look how you want, just learn like show the interest to want to get better in the ring. Because
Exactly.
if I see you're trying to get better, like Carmella, like sometimes I'm like, oh, she's trying to get a little better, so I don't hate Carmella as much. Or Alexa, when she was like a just like a manager, like on NXT, that was perfect, the perfect role.
Exactly.
When she was managing Murphy,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
She has zero talent.
well, it is true though. I
in the
think that
in a
I
wrestling
think
ring,
that
I'm
her
sure there's
moveset
talent
is
elsewhere, but
pretty. Yeah, her moveset is pretty limited.
It's she. I don't think she has a move set.
I will say like yeah, Alexa is like a lot of more hype than anything.
Why do you think Nikki Cross is wrestling all the matches?
Yeah, Alexa just does three moves and
someone
done.
has to hold the cup of coffee, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
so
I'm saying the champs retain. This
Oh,
is like a bullshit feud started on Nikki
fire
Cross
and
is
desire.
ugly apparently.
And of course, and Ryan is true because the way that they gained the title match is because they pin they pin the champions.
again, yeah, and I agree with you 100%, Ek. Champions will retain. They need to have Blondie holding the title going into to Fox.
Yeah, so I
If
feel like they
I'm
will.
I'm I'm gonna go quick into fantasy booking here. I'm gonna say that so they should win, and then later on in the night, I want Sasha to help Bailey beat Charlotte. So then like the two heels have the titles, and they
I
should do
hope
something.
I
They
booking
should do
way.
something where Becky and
Yeah,
Charlotte like fight, but they're like made into a team or something. And then they can win the titles, the tag titles, put some legitimacy behind the titles, and then drop them to an actual team. Whether you build up Fire and Desire or someone, because then
Yeah, like
Charlotte, their favorite blonde, will have the tag titles.
I
And
mean,
she can still have gold. Because to give it to Charlotte, the women's title doesn't make any sense. But this, not to go too off track, but
yeah, but yeah, you're right. So I feel like yeah, I think that like Alexa and Nikki will retain because like although like Sonya and Mandy like being really close to winning the championships, and it wouldn't be like a terrible idea to have them as the
yeah.
champions
I mean, they're
because it
they're
will
legit.
actually be a little better because they're more known as a team.
at least 13.
They're a
Yeah,
team,
I
they've
consider them
been
a
fighting
team.
for this championship forever.
But for me, even though they're a legit team, to just give them the belts because it's like, oh, they're a legit team and it's something different. Like I don't want that. I want it to make sense.
No, I do.
Like yeah.
I'd rather it make sense than just hey, we're just
Now
gifting you
if now
the
they
title.
should do something where like maybe the tag champs win in a DQ and then continue the feud. That would be something to But will we
Well,
see
yeah,
that?
yeah, I agree with you, but I feel that like yeah, they're gonna retain just based on like it's Alexa and Nikki, so I
Yeah,
feel that like,
backstage politics.
yeah, they want to win and everything. So I feel that like just because of this Alexa, they're gonna let her keep the championship. So moving along, Alexa and Nikki will beat Fire and Desire.
All right, the next one we have on here is the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. The New Day taking on the Revival.
Are the revival actually? I know the wild card's like bullshit, blown up, drop a bomb on it. But are the revival? Are they Raw or SmackDown?
They're Raw.
They're Raw.
Okay.
They're Raw.
There are actually several matches taking place where there are
Yeah, I know the Nakamura.
like inner brand
In
going back.
inner branded, yeah,
Yeah, the Nakamura and Miz.
Yeah.
That Miz is Ross, and yeah.
yeah. So
So who do you guys picking?
it wouldn't be bad if the Revival wins the titles.
It wouldn't, but I don't see that.
If I assume this match is going to be on before the Kofi Kingston match.
Of
If the
course,
revival wins, then I'm going to say Randy Orton wins.
hopefully,
It would be
Because
nice.
and that would be
if
nice
the
because
New
they
Day
can become
wins,
like a stable.
yeah, because if the New Day wins, then I'm going to. see, it's hard to say Kofi going into Fox, but I feel like WWE, they have like this weird thing for staples now. How like the OC had the belts for like 2 weeks or whatever that was.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like they have like a weird thing for that. So I don't know. I see all the belts going to Randy Orton and the Revival. So the
And that,
Revival's my pick in this match. I think it'll be good if they give these guys 15 minutes. That could be the best match.
It would be nice.
it would be
My
But
nice.
we'll
my
see. We'll
question:
see.
how do you switch then? Do you bring the Revival over to SmackDown,
Yeah, and
and
then they
then
knew they should go to
New
Raw.
Day goes to Raw?
Go to
What?
Raw.
How many weeks until the? What is that? October?
I
What?
think it's
When it?
the 11th is the draft.
October 11th.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Yeah,
I was
it's
gonna
only
say they could just
three
make
weeks.
up some story, just lie. I mean, they don't respect our intelligence anyway. So
That's
they'll just be like, eh,
absolutely
and
true.
then come, the beginning of October, they'll be like, oh, the Revival on SmackDown,
I
and
mean,
we'll
yeah,
just,
like they should just do that. I feel that it's important that, I, to me, the titles will have more meaning in the revival.
No doubt, because to me, at least, if you're going into Fox, you can't have people throwing pancakes into the freaking crowd
Yeah.
as your champions.
yeah,
Yes. And
and
it's
that
a
goes
tag
to
team.
the thing.
It's a legit tag
It
team.
is legit.
They could give the three of us the SmackDown tag belts as long as they book us correctly. We're gonna look good. WWE just doesn't book their guys good. They have the
Yeah,
best
like
Well,
talent in the
yeah,
world,
they,
and they just
it
don't.
doesn't like yeah. They don't make him look legit. They don't make him look like
Yeah,
champ.
even the most legit wrestler, they book him like an idiot, and then nobody respects him. Like people are saying, Bailey's done nothing with the championship. What is she supposed to do if you don't book him correctly?
yeah,
And that's with any championship, unless with
Yeah,
Seth
but
Rollins, they're all booked like crap, so nobody cares about them.
yeah.
absolutely.
For example, I will always bring although he was a jackass to us, but Bobby Roode,
Yeah,
one of the best gimmicks, and I know that you were catching up into NXT, Aki, and Bobby Roode was booked legit.
Oh yeah,
Bobby Roode was good.
he was a great heel.
If you would have brought that kind of Bobby Roode to the main roster, it would have been caliber of like a Universal Championship.
yeah, I mean, I don't know who the WWE championship or the champion was when he got called up, but I mean, he should have called them out like first week on the SmackDown instead of
Yeah,
feuding with Ziggler or whoever they
yeah.
feuded him with.
Instead of the feud with Ziggler and everything. So to me,
That was McMahon though.
yeah, that was
And
McMahon.
especially you did the same thing with Nakamura. Didn't he feud with Ziggler?
Yeah, he feuded with
Like that's
Ziggler
like
like the first
that's
pay per view
clearly like, oh, we're just gonna feud every NXT guy with Ziggler.
with Dolph. Yeah, like I mean, Dolph is legit. He's a great
Well,
wrestler,
yeah, he's legit, but look how he's booked. Like a
but yeah,
moron.
because he's like Cesaro. How can you look so good after Carter, and the next and on Monday you lose to the Miz?
Yeah, I don't know. So we all in agreement? A revival?
I will say revival, yeah, because to me the New Day is already a stale idea. Like we've seen them, they've held
They
more championships
And
than
didn't they
the
get?
New Age
weren't-
Outlaws.
Isn't storyline they're beat up?
they really need to change the gimmick to me.
They need to heal,
right?
heal.
Either heal or they just need to change. Something needs to change about them.
What
They
do you
should have.
say?
I said, isn't the revival hurt? Or not the revival, the New Day? Weren't they like beat up 2 weeks ago or something? So they're
No,
like legit selling, like trying to sell the injury kind of
yeah,
deal.
like Randy Orton, the revival attack Xavier. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like
So maybe
leg
they'll
or
use
something.
that as like a way to kind of keep the New Day looking strong. Like, oh, they're going into this match hurt, and I could see
Yeah,
Randy
but
Orton
like I mean, they
interfering.
need to lose to me because we've seen those champions. We've seen the New Day being champions way too many times.
I'm
More
so,
times
I'm
than
so,
the New Age Outlaws,
Well,
and I'm
dude.
mad.
For me, it's ridiculous.
Yes,
Because it's like Charlotte. Okay, 9-time women's champion.
in
And-
2 years, in
right?
3 years.
How many years she been there? She's already a 9-time women's
Yeah,
champion.
like the New Day is only like they got formed in 2015, and
And-
already like 5-6 times as champions. Like what
Yeah.
the hell?
I just hate the petty. Like when WWE, when they like someone, they're so petty to everyone else. Like Charlotte's gonna get all these things because they love her, all these championship wins. The New Day had the longest reign because they're like, fuck Demolition, we don't like you anymore. Yeah, they're just giving what's his name? The Miz is probably gonna beat Nakamura so he can pass Chris Jericho for
Right.
IC titles.
That's what Ryan just said before we called you.
Dude, it's such bull. WWE's so petty.
Ryan,
I
you
fucking
think I
hate
like
it.
in a lot of things, so I'm starting to think you guys can continue with the show.
It's all
I'm,
politics.
I'm no longer needed. My services are done. I'm gonna just
No, you're
try
the
to-
executive producer. You're the
so-
COO.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go in the back. Yeah, I'm gonna become producer because eventually I'm not needed.
Come
So
sit
they're
in
gonna book
Gorilla.
me. they're gonna book me to lose to both of you, and then my career will be over, like Kurt Angle. But yeah, like I mean, that's the thing is like Ryan was saying, Eki, he like why will Charlotte be 10-time champion with only like 4 or 5 years in the main roster? Why? And remember that this match is in her hometown. But let's focus on that while before we actually get to talk to that. What match do we have next?
Next is the Raw Tag Team Championship
Okay,
match.
Seth
Yeah, this
Rollins
this
and Braun
this one will
Strowman
be this
pulling
is like
double.
first interesting one, I think, when
Yeah,
it
like
has like actual storyline going on.
pulling double duty, right?
Double
Seth
duty.
Seth Rollins and Braun.
This this should be the first match to main card,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
gonna say.
because
It
the
would make the
contract.
most sense because you think the Universal Championship, that's their most touted, the one they love the most for some reason.
I
That one should
wish.
be in the main event. So it would make sense to give these guys the longest breaks. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what I think.
This, unfortunately, like, again, I don't know what order this is going to be in. Unfortunately, I think most of these matches are going to be on the main card because it's called Night of Champions,
yeah,
and all the belts have to be defended on the main card.
yeah. But well, I mean, if they put the title on Ziggler and Bobby Roode, that would be good. Why? Because at least you're creating a new tag team, and that way, this stupid storyline that like Rollins and Strowman are champions, like that will end finally.
Well,
Yeah,
you have
the
to
only
admit,
issue I have with that is you're putting the belts on guys who are you going to invest time into Ziggler and Rude as a tag team, or like I said, are they just going to drop it to the War Raiders, or like maybe if we pray enough, AOP will come back or something, like. And if that's the case, why not just have Rollins and them lose it to a legit team? Then you're going to get one of your tag teams over.
That's true, though. It is
Like
a
you're
good.
dropping it to two guys who are they going to hold it, or are they just going to drop it? Like that's I don't know.
to me, they're not going to invest time in either of those guys. I think that's the plan, though, for tonight because what they're going to do is they're going to show tension between both of them by having them drop the titles to these guys, and then the War Raiders will win the titles.
Or AOP, or
So
like hopefully they create a legit team, like a
so
team
who do
that.
you think? So we're all in agreements for Ziggler and Rude?
Yeah, I
Would
mean,
you
I
say?
yeah, because like for example, this storyline has been replicated so many times. The time when Shawn Michaels and John Cena
John
were champ,
Cena,
the Miz and John Cena,
Shawn Michaels and Stone
Stone,
Cold?
Stone Cold Steve
Shawn
Austin,
Michaels, yeah, and the Undertaker and Stone Cold.
yeah.
Like this storyline, every time that there's a big like let's say rivalry, of course they put them the guys that are going for the main title, they make them champions.
And do Love in Austin too.
Love and Austin did the same thing,
So who do
and
you
that
think
and they
turns
dropped it like 3 weeks after that.
who do you think turns heel in this match? Strowman or
Strowman primarily to me.
I
Strowman, like because see, like the thing is like Rollins probably is gonna end up like doing something dumb, and then Strowman will get mad.
I don't even know that you need to turn anybody heel. I'm simply saying there's going to be a dissension among the two, and it just teases a lot of animosity between them.
Yes, yes, and it's warm it up. So like
It warms, yeah, it
for
warms
the
it up for the main
for
event.
the main event, and they can go at each other, really
I
good.
think in the main event though, if they're going in both like baby faces, it's not going to end well because no one is going to take to Rollins as a baby. Like no one, they people are sick of him. I feel as
I
a baby
I
face.
agree, but honestly, I don't think WWE gives a shit. It's
No,
it's Roman Reigns all over again.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
yeah, the
because
overexposure, seeing him every week, he has to be in
the,
every segment.
the
Like,
way that like we were saying is like how can you book Brock Lesnar like beating him every single week after week, getting his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar, and then
mhm.
when the match takes place, he wins.
But that's what I feel. I feel like they're gonna do the same thing they did with Roman. That's what they're doing with him.
Yeah, they're gonna push it to our throats. They're gonna push him to the moon, and I think that like that's why in something in the match, one of them will make a mistake, and then Bobby and Ziggler will cash in, and then they will become the new champions.
Rollins has to eat the pin. I almost want to say.
It
I
would be.
can't see them pinning Strowman. What are they going to pin him with? The glorious DDT,
That's a
zigzag. You
legit
know what I mean?
move.
It was, and to me that is a legit move.
That's a legit
Because I
move.
used to like when Edge did it.
Yeah, the
It's
Impaler did it.
it's an impaler
The
DDT.
Impaler DDT. Yeah,
But to me, as long as you do, I would like to see that. I would like to see Rollins pinned, because at least Strowman, then you don't show any weakness of Strowman. You know, because Strowman, then you have Strowman looking strong going into the match later that night. Because it doesn't make, you know, if you have Strowman pinned, that makes Strowman look like a piece of shit going into
That's
the
what I'm
match.
saying. I would almost like
And let's say
Rollins to
that,
get
like,
pinned, and
yeah,
then like
it has to be
Strowman to
Rollins.
attack Rollins after the
It has to
match,
be
like
Rollins.
after he gets pinned.
It has to be Rollins because let's say Rollins retains later in the night, then that would be Strowman being pinned twice in one night, and that wouldn't look anything. You
No.
know, that wouldn't do
Yeah.
anything for Strowman. That after a while he's getting some kind of momentum.
Could you imagine if Strowman wins, and then if Corbin wins, Hell in a Cell is Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman?
Oh no, that would be like that's as bad as like Extreme Rules was. That's
But
as bad as like Saudi Arabia.
this is my question: do you really think the King of the Ring winner is going to get a title shot at Hell in a Cell?
No, because we don't even know what they win. You know, we don't even know.
I don't think they do win.
Yeah, I'm
They
not.
don't. They don't get a title shot,
No,
do they?
no, they haven't said
They
it.
should. I
They
don't know
have.
what
They
else you're
have.
fighting for. The King
They,
of the
they,
Ring title, that's like the belt that Strowman won in Saudi Arabia. That's useless.
oh,
That's what I'm saying. They should get something, but you know, I haven't seen anything announced, so that's what pisses me
yeah,
off.
They
they
don't
have.
know yet. They don't. They're still Vince is still trying to think of something. Like it's the hardest question on the planet. Just give him a title shot.
That's always Vince. That's always Vince. You know, like it's always been book on the fly.
They
So
should
guys,
just.
we
It should
agree.
be. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think we all agree with this one.
No, no, yeah.
Ziggler.
Finish your thought. I thought you had
Oh
some.
yeah. No, I was just gonna say like I feel like the King of the Ring tournament is just a waste because if Gable wins, Gable's not going to be a SmackDown champion unless he goes after the IC title. I could see him giving him the IC title.
I mean, like we always said, and I
And
know
if
that
it's
when you and me have talked before, it's like if you give somebody like a big win and like a tournament or something, do something with it.
yeah,
Don't
you
just
can't just let
waste
him
it
sit
and
there.
then you forget about it. For example, I just remember the case of Booker T. He became King Booker, and that led him to what? A championship run.
Yeah.
You know, he won. He beat Rey Mysterio. He had you love the thumb, the pinky. I mean, the pinky. King Booker. Hell yeah, King Booker. Yeah, it was good because but how did that start? He won the King of the Ring.
That was the last time they had
That
a
last,
title shot.
yeah, that was the last time that I actually the winner had any kind of a
And one
reward.
last thing about that, what's your opinion on that match not being on tonight? How they moved it? It was
I
supposed to be tonight, and then they moved it.
I got pissed off.
Well,
Yeah,
they moved it to
I
Raw,
agree.
Yeah, they moved it. They
the
moved it.
finals of
Yeah,
that.
they moved the final to Raw.
I think that is first of all, of course they're gonna pull out the thing of lack of time because we have so many
Yeah,
matches.
but Roman and Rowan, get that out of here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but to me, like that shows again lack of prestige
That,
for the
yeah,
actual King
yeah,
of the Ring.
yeah, lack of prestige, lack of care.
You know, it shows that they don't give a shit.
Yeah, it shows that like at the end they always use these ideas and they get us all excited, but then when the time comes, they don't know how to deliver. To me,
To me, again, it should have been. If you're gonna do King of the Ring, it needs to be a whole pay per view.
yes, yes, and
Yeah, or at least like the final four matches of the tournament should be on the pay-per-view, and then you have four title matches. Kind of
Yes.
break
yeah,
up the tournament a little bit, and that's
yeah,
good to go.
yeah,
And
like
then whoever wins gets a fucking title.
and that's how it
Yeah.
used to be before. Like I remember King of the Ring '99 that I watched. It had like four matches, and then it had in the middle it had like the tag match, it had the IC match, and at the end like the title match. And I think remember it was the Undertaker against The Rock, and then Austin against the McMahons.
Yep.
So they spread it out instead of like just use this match for a match of Raw on Raw. So yeah, moving along, Ryan. What do we have for us next?
Back up. Next is the Intercontinental Championship match. Nakamura taking on the.
My my
start.
head. Oh yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
You go.
Well, to me, this is where, again, I get a little frustrated with the whole, back and forth rule with this stuff, because Miz is on Raw.
The wild card rule.
Yeah, you got Nakamura on SmackDown. There's already a U.S. title on Raw, but I know that WWE is very petty, and I think that's going to be an issue here because I know they want The Miz to pass Chris Jericho's record. So I'm almost hesitant here because I think The Miz may win the title tonight to pass Jericho because I know they want him to bypass.
So they're tied right now.
They're tied
They're
right now.
tied right
Nine
Okay.
times, right? I think it's nine
now.
times.
9 times.
9 times. So
Okay.
wins again. He will be like the one that has won most title
Most
runs.
IC titles.
The titles. To me, I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope not either, but I know how petty WWE is, and I know they want to just. To me,
If
it's an unwritten thing here where we know Jericho's better than the Miz, but in their eyes, this is sticking it to Jericho.
Yeah, it
yeah,
is
that's
because
like
there are. Now, Eki, your thoughts?
what I said about Demolition that goes to that, how like Demolition was suing them for the concussion thing. So they're like, we're gonna make New Day's title reign be Demolition. They're so like if you're not with WWE, you're against them.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes,
that's kind of
yes.
dumb. But for this match, I mean, my head is telling me that it should be Nakamura, but my
I hope
worst
not.
my worst fears are saying the Miz. But if you really want to give it to the Miz, and that's your agenda, wait till Fox would do the draft Miz and them, and then I don't know, kind of maybe keep the feud going to then. I don't know why WWE is so scared of long feuds. Let me see a feud that lasts 2 months. I guess they're scared because they don't know how to write a feud that long.
Yeah, like or Vince doesn't let him write a few that is that long.
Yeah, that's
I,
what it is. I should never attack the writers. I would love to see their scripts, like their first script they come up with. I'd love to see it compared
yeah,
to what we see on the actual, Monday
Well,
Night
like
Raw.
there's been like so many reports that said that they have already the whole show and is already approved by everybody else.
and
But
then
then Vince
Vince,
comes in and
yeah,
is like, "Oh, this is garbage,"
That's like
and then he
just
rewrites whatever comes out of his mind, out of mind, and then that's what goes live. Because
just
I
imagine
always
all the
see,
good ideas that were probably thrown away.
yeah, like for example, like I hear that like he starts writing the show at like 5, like 3 hours before like the thing goes live.
well, you heard Ambrose.
Yeah,
He's like Vince is the one who, oh, this is a great idea. You getting vaccinations in your ass. Like
yeah, yeah.
that's gold.
That's gold. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
he's
like
still in like the Vince Russo like bullshit potty humor.
yeah, like for example, yeah, and remember
It's
like
like,
how
dude, you got to get out of that, grow out of that. Nobody finds that stuff funny anymore.
like remember like oh like but that's your character, that's you. It's so you. So it makes me look like a jackass.
Yeah.
So I feel that like I hope Nakamura retains because to me Shinsuke has been mistreated so bad.
Yeah, I agree.
And Eki, we're gonna share something to the Robrick family and you. Like when we had the chance to see Shinsuke and Access,
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
you told me this
telling
is
him,
good. This is good.
"You deserve better." I
Legit.
said to his face, Ryan was right there because he was laughing his ass off. I'm like, "You deserve so much better." And the only thing he said in a Japanesized English, "I know." Like
And
that.
I'm
I know.
actually
Because
wearing
legit.
He was
I'm
the
actually
gym.
wearing my strong style shirt today, so that proves it. WWE, they love to fuck me, so I'm going with the Miz. I'm saying they give it to the Miz.
Ryan, who are you going with?
I'm going with the Miz because I think the WWE's petty, and I think that they don't have enough strength to do a long feud.
I hope okay. I'm gonna go
Uh,
against both of you because I have confidence in Shinsuke and the great thing that he has going on with Sami Zayn. So it's gonna be one Kinshasa and done.
I
It's
mean, I
number
hope
one.
I
It's
I
number
will
one.
cheer. I'll
Bro,
be happy, but I don't see it.
well, I hope,
But I hope you're right.
I hope,
I hope you're right
all
too.
like all three rubric. We're saying that we're hoping I'm right.
I hope.
Like hopefully they're not as petty because of the fucking the how like Chris Jericho is the AEW champ.
Right?
So anyway,
Because
moving along.
yeah,
Oh well, finish the thought.
I was
Finish
just gonna
the
say I agree with Eck. I hope that they have the effort and time to do long booking, and you wait to put it on Miz till he's on SmackDown.
Yeah, to give us something that makes sense.
Yes.
Or
And
at least
also, I don't want face Miz to be a champ.
no,
You
we
got to
know
turn
Yeah.
that.
Miz
No.
heel.
Nobody wants.
You got
Okay,
to turn.
okay.
Imagine him
Like
coming
do
out
a
with the
little bit of
IC
that.
champ, and he's like, "Let's watch Miz and Mrs." No, dude,
No,
no.
no, no. Here's the thing. The only reason that people like men like us will watch Miz and Mrs. is because Mariz is freaking hot.
Yeah.
Okay, she's gorgeous. I mean, the Miz is like I don't know what he does. He's probably a great guy, or he has a lot of money. I don't care, but like the girl is absolutely gorgeous.
When it comes to this shit, though, when it comes to wrestling, the only type of character the Miz can play is a prick,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you have to make him heel all the time. Kevin Owens proved me wrong. I thought he could only be heel. The man could play a baby face and a heel. Okay, The Miz, he's only heel. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
if the Miz was a decent character right now and he was a heel, I wouldn't be as opposed to give him the title.
Yeah.
But then,
No, like, yeah, because the Miz, his best work comes when he's heel.
Yes.
The only way to believe that the Miz can do something is heel.
No doubt.
When he's face, he sucks.
Awful.
He sucks. Like the Miz is like a lower version than MJF
Well, MJF, man,
because he's heel all the way
he's fantastic.
as heel.
Oh my god.
But for example, can you believe MJF being a baby face?
No.
See, and that's what I mean. The Miz can. I'm sorry, but he's on is one gimmick. You know, he's only one dimension, and you know that, Ek.
yep. And that, but like, and why change it? Why not, don't fix what isn't broken? But that's what WWE loves to do.
They love to do that. It's just because, like you said, they want people to watch Miz and Mrs. And
That's
I
like
mean,
when you turn Austin heel at what, WrestleMania 17? When was that?
that was 2001.
Yeah.
But see,
Like,
Ryan loves that, and a lot of Austin's best work when he became heel. But he said, and he said in many interviews, I was tired of it.
Yeah, he was tired of the babyface
You
role.
know, he's like,
okay.
see, I wanted to change, and the What came out, and
I like the two-man power
the
trip.
two-man power trip. It was really.
I'm not a
see,
fan of the what. I how they say it. I'm to be like, there's a lot of things that people like that I don't like, but
Did you ever see him do it though when he did it at that point as a character?
no, I don't like it now. Like when people do
Okay.
it now and stuff. That's like the CM Punk chance too. It's like I don't know. Anyway, next match.
But we'll have more conversations like this, guys, because this is one of the directions that Robert is going to take.
Yeah.
But anyway, next match, Ryan.
Next match, United States Championship. AJ Styles taking on Cedric Alexander.
Nobody cares about this match. I'll start with this one if you guys allow me, please.
Yeah.
Cedric Alexander, great wrestler. AJ Styles, great, but like as heel, also like I don't think he's pulling it off. Why? Because going what Eck and you said, Ryan, they don't know how to book people right. He shouldn't be losing. He shouldn't be getting his ass kicked. He shouldn't be getting stunners. To me, that doesn't go well with a champion that is heel. Okay? You come out and Stone Cold Steve Austin, although being old, still kicks your ass. So
I
you're
mean,
saying
Stone
that,
Cold looks good, but yeah, I agree. You don't
but
be
you know what I
booking him
mean?
to
Like,
beat
okay,
any active talent.
okay, you
No.
come out, Eki, you come out and okay, oh, you start running your mouth, you're old, whatever, and then of course kick, stunner, and done.
But that was just for the pop. They don't care about the integrity of their superstars. They just care
Yeah,
about rating. A
yeah,
new stand and Stone Cold came out wearing a brand new T-shirt. They threw that up on the shop immediately. Oh, buy this shirt. Nobody cares.
before he was before he came out, the shirt was already on
Right?
sale.
That's what pisses me off.
It's everything's about money.
Yeah, that's like the man's man. Like you make these stupid shirts that no one is going to buy.
We
What do
know
we want?
somebody that will buy it. We will not mention that name.
Don't do it.
Oh, I know,
But
I know.
yeah, we will not
And,
mention that name, but but yeah, we're gonna keep it that size. All right, we're gonna start teasing feuds here. All right. Anyway,
yeah, so I'm going to say AJ.
hey, what about you, Ryan?
To me, I'm gonna say AJ too as well, simply because I do think they still think he's a big name, and I don't think they're seeing Alexander as a big name yet, and I don't think they see him ready for a title push yet.
I will say I agree with you guys, but I'm gonna just play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna go with Cedric.
I would
Why?
give it.
Just because Paul Heyman, I read in reports, he's absolutely in love with Cedric Alexander.
I did read that.
So
I did
Yeah,
read that.
and with that being said, Paul Heyman's an extreme guy. Hell in a Cell coming up. Have AJ win, but I don't know. Keep the feud going if they know how to do that, and then maybe have the OC, beat up Alexander, and they keep, whatever. He gets pissed. He brutalizes AJ on Raw, and then AJ's like, you know what, blah blah blah. Like he keeps attacking AJ or something, and then they set up a match, like some kind of crazy Hell in a Cell match.
that would be nice,
And
but
then
that's not that's like you. I want to
that's
use the same
fantasy
word
booking
you
playing
said.
2K20.
I'm gonna use fantasy booking.
Yeah.
I love that word. I feel that it will be nice, but to me, again, like the only reason that I will say, and I will go against my own word, I will say that Styles has to keep it is because if they want to keep the OC semi decent, like kind of save the last integrity and
And
the little
what
bit of
what would I
everything.
feel like WWE can only continue feuds if a title switches. Like, you know how they did the Ricochet Samoa Joe?
Yes,
You
yes.
could keep the feud with one guy holding the belt for months, but WWE, they can't creatively think of a feud without switching the belt hot potato.
To me, like
I could honestly see
let's say
Cedric
Cedric is
winning.
about to win it, and somehow like a roll up, like the finishes that we always talk about, the finishes that I don't like, but like a finish like that, let's say a
So
sunset and done.
I could see Cedric winning it, but yeah,
Why are you,
I'm
Ryan?
saying AJ.
To close this conversation about this match.
I could see him winning it, but I still say AJ wins it.
Yeah, they need to, like, to me. I would love to see Alexander, but again, like if they're gonna keep pushing this OC agenda, they need to give them some kind of something.
They screwed them
They keep
as soon as they put them together. They screwed them, and
every time.
AJ was the one.
Yeah,
He got them to agree to sign
yeah,
big money,
yeah.
but that was just WWE. As soon
To
as they
me,
got them signed,
start screwing them.
screwed them over.
Yeah, yeah. It's like as soon as like they saw that they signed, all right, they belong to us. Let's start screwing them. So no, to me that's my problem with them though. It's like every time that they put them together, they screw them. Although the one good thing, for example, will be like, and I'm gonna tease it right here. Finn Balor comes back and he joins them.
If you do that, which I don't think they would ever do it because Vince McMahon is an absolute asshole and idiot. Um, I would love to see that, but then you make them legit. Okay, you have them absolutely be legit. You put the Freebird rule into effect. Okay, you have Gallows, Anderson, you have Styles, you have Balor. All four of them together. You make them absolute legit stable, and you have them go in with the Freebird rule. Anybody you have them win the titles, the tag titles, they can defend them. Any one of those four can defend them, like freaking New Day.
Yeah. And
Then
I
what
like
about you?
that.
Do
I
you like
like
that?
that.
Ike? Do
And
you
I
like
agree
that
with
idea?
that.
Ike?
I would love to see Balor come back and join the OC, but to me, I don't just book 2 weeks in advance. I'm booking 4 or 5 months in advance. So what's the end game? Does Balor does he like challenge AJ for the leadership? Do you do a whole New Japan angle? Or like, like what kind of stuff do you do here? Or
For
because
example,
you
you could
can't, if they have a 4-man group, somebody's going to get screwed over. Someone's going to get left out. They're
To
not going to
me,
give them all 4 titles to one group on a brand. Like, I don't
to me,
see them doing anything.
it ends with a WrestleMania match.
Balor against
Balor
Styles.
against Styles.
Yeah,
And that's what I would do. And if that's the case, I'm all for it.
and
But if
you
they just have Finn
title
Balor stand there
put
and
a title
catering,
in the middle of it. You put a title in the middle of it. It can be the IC, can be the US, it can be anything.
yeah,
Whatever
you
title
could
you put
even do
on.
like a Shawn Michaels Undertaker thing where like maybe Balor he causes AJ to lose the title because AJ won't give him a match, and then he's like, now you're gonna fight me because you don't
Yeah,
have a title
yeah.
match anymore. Like you
Some
don't
kind
even
of
need to
like,
make it for the title. If you build a feud good enough, it could just be for the leadership of the OC or
or whoever loses
whatever.
gets kicked out. Whoever loses gets kicked out of the
Yeah.
Yeah. So well, anyway, that's the thoughts that we have on that particular match. I think we will be a good match if they let him go,
Oh
uh,
yeah. Both
because
those guys are studs.
it will be a little better than Ricochet and AJ Styles to me in my eyes. But anyway, moving along, guys.
The next match we have, I have no desire to see. It's Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan.
Uh,
No DQ.
no DQ. Start you, Ryan. Start the lead here, please.
I've heard that this match is supposed to main event the show.
No.
I don't know
Your thoughts?
what to
No.
see that.
Your thoughts on that, Ryan?
Um, uh, if it's going to main event, that is obviously Vince McMahon written all over it. He's gonna have a Woody, for that match for some reason. I don't know. Um, this match to me, I don't know. I have a lot of issues with this match. Um, this whole thing screams of, I don't know, just sloppiness. But in the end, I don't know. It's bothering me because it turned Daniel Bryan babyface again. I think. Am I right?
We don't even know
He's
because
he's right now. I would say they put him in the gray. They moved him from like
He's kind of
100%
like,
heel to he's like in the middle. They can turn him back heel or they can turn him face. He's kind of in like a middle because they don't know what they're doing.
right.
Yeah, like to me,
That's
I
what
think
I would
they're right.
say.
They're well. Go ahead. You start, Ricky. You start, and I'll finish on that.
Like this match is gonna be crap, I think,
Yeah.
unless they do something storyline wise. Do you because did Rowan was he the attacker on both instances? Do we know for certain was he driving the car and the forklift?
I don't. I remember
Because if
again.
there's a
They
second man,
they
uh,
haven't really revealed the whole thing.
No.
yeah,
They haven't
because
really, they have not said who did it, like you who legit did it. I mean, we know it
yeah,
was Rowan in one instance, but the main thing is like supposedly Daniel Bryan didn't know about it.
Yeah.
yeah, because
But maybe
something I was
they,
thinking, and I
you
know
know,
we've seen these guys together a bunch of times. What if
we
they something with Luke Harper? But do we care if it is Luke Harper? Obviously, the three of us care because we know Luke Harper's good. But does the audience care? Like if Luke Harper would come out in the middle of this match and steel chair right across Roman's face as he's doing a spear, jump from the audience and cheer him, we would pop. But would anyone else care?
Well,
Like,
I've read that uh, they're actually Vince is actually paying Luke Harper to sit out for the rest of his
yeah,
contract.
I heard
yeah,
that.
I heard that too. But I mean, you know how they change, and
You know,
Sasha was
I mean,
gonna sit out, and then she came back, and
it will be nice, but I think that like what they're trying to do is really give Rowan a chance to be a singles guy.
Mhm.
And I mean, to put Harper once again in the mix is just putting, the
yeah,
Bludgeon Brothers one more time.
but let's look at this not from Vince McMahon's viewpoint, but from ours. What kind of singles push is Rowan gonna have? I can never see him holding a belt besides a tag championship. His moveset's not good. The fan reaction when he came out on Tuesday was apparently like crickets.
Yeah, well,
Nobody
well,
cares.
he's not a believable guy. He was
Well,
Now
never.
with Daniel Bryan, he was good. But if they bring out Daniel Bryan in this match and he goes, haha, it was me, I was just kidding. To me, that's like you're insulting my intelligence. I don't care. That's stupid. It needs to be somebody new who
Well,
we
like
haven't
for
seen.
example, if they bring, let's say, uh, like let's say Daniel Bryan comes out and he looks like confused and everything, and then he starts beating up Roman. To me, that kind of makes sense. It's like we were just playing you.
yeah.
We was just playing you. Like to me, I know it's kind of insulting the intelligence, but like to me, it's like, hey, we fool you. You were
Yeah,
dumb enough to
yeah. No, I
believe
mean
that,
not
like,
like they they definitely should. I don't know. It's hard to say. This storyline had potential, and now it's kind of fallen
oh yeah,
off. I think they can
it
still
lost
save
down.
it, but
To
so-
me, it was a great way to push Buddy Murphy. He should have been Murphy all along. Should have been Murphy all along. It should have
yeah.
been like
What do you
I
guys
did.
think about that? To quick go into that, do you think that was planned, or do you think Murphy was like, they have camera set up over here. I'm just going to be hanging around, and maybe I'll be caught on camera.
Maybe he tried to.
I think he was just in the right place at the
Like,
right
you
time.
think he just stumbled? He was walking backstage, and that wasn't planned for him to be in the shot.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe he was just
Yeah,
walking
I
by
think
and
he went into business for himself and was like, "Fuck it, I can't get on TV any other way."
If he did, good for him.
oh
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying. More people
oh
should,
yeah,
because what are you gonna do? Like, what are they gonna do? Fire Vince is he's not gonna fire you. You
and
might as well.
you know that like WWE hates actually guys that like they go and get over by themselves. Same thing happened with Ryder.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with Rusev. You start something and people start going behind you. They start like rooting for you, and they push you down. They cut your push.
It's very sad.
So
So Roman wins it. We're saying Roman.
all Roman wins it. All Roman
To
wins
be,
it.
yeah, Roman.
Unless
Roman
and I
Roman
would
wins
say,
it and then gets beat up after the match. If
and
that's what I see him doing.
to me, either like Rowan, the only way that Rowan is going to win it if Daniel Bryan comes out and he actually starts beating up Roman and says it was me all along. And then they set a feud that maybe for Survivor Series.
But I see him doing that after Roman Reigns wins.
Oh
Like
well,
when the match is over, darn it, then he gets attacked.
well, yeah, but probably they will do that because they love.
Do you want to see another fucking Roman Reigns and Rowan match though?
No, I
Or
mean,
you're talking about Daniel
no, I'm
Bryan?
I'm saying Daniel Bryan
Daniel Bryan
comes
versus
out.
Reigns.
Yeah, they set up for like either Hell in a Cell or
I just don't want to see that match because I don't want to see my boy lose.
Oh, you love Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I just don't want to
I
see
love
Daniel
Bryan
Bryan
too,
lose.
dude. I don't. I If you're gonna do that, like have Reigns at least lose a match once.
I will tell you like, and again I will share with our Robert family this thing. When we were at Mania, they were handing out the signs, and it had the man on the one end, and it said like the one for Kofi, right? Well, what did it say? Of like
Kofi
New
Mania or
Day or
something.
some stuff, and they go to Ryan, and they go like, "You like Kofi Kingston?" And he's like, "No." I hate the guy. I want Daniel Bryan to win.
That's what
And
I
they're
would
like,
have said.
oh, okay. And like, but you like Becky Lynch, right? And it's like, yeah, I do. Okay, so keep the men's sign. Yeah.
Yeah, the one side said Kofi, the other side, everybody's holding up the Kofi sign. I threw mine on the ground.
Yeah, and I yeah, and I remember like it will be like everybody in the audience go Kofi, Kofi, and
I'd have been
they
like,
will shut
fear
up
the
for like
beard, fear
yeah,
the beard.
yeah, they will shut up for like a minute. They will be quiet for a minute, and then you hear Ryan, Daniel Bryan, Daniel Bryan, and then he goes, "Am I the only one that actually want Bryan to retain?"
Yeah, I didn't get Kofi Mania, but that's an
So,
issue for another day.
so Roman will win. That's everybody agrees on that. So
Mm.
move along to the next match.
Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks.
Why you start, Eki? Start us up.
I'm going to say that you bring back Sasha, you have all this. They fast tracked the feud, which was bullshit because they can't drag anything out. They're like a kid who just got $20. They need to spend it immediately. They
Mhm.
can't let it sit in a wallet for a day or two. And so Sasha has to win because if she doesn't win, she looks like a fool.
Yep.
And the way I'm booking this, I'm going to book the whole women's division right now through this pay per view. Sasha wins that match. And I don't know if you have Bailey get involved, but I think Bailey's going to be out there. Or she's going to make a, like, she's going to, I don't know, maybe come out with Sasha or walk out during the match or something. And then I think that in the next match, like, Bailey's going to get beat down and then Sasha might help her. Because I don't know. I feel like you need to do something to cement Bailey as a heel because Charlotte's going to be face, in Charlotte, Carolina. So like to get back to the Raw match, I don't know. I feel like the heels are going to win this whole thing, and because Becky is good, but her role is slowing down as the Raw Women's Champion. You need to do something different with her. Still keep her on TV, still give her a prominent role, but mix it up. And that's only because they're not booking her in any feuds. Lacey Evans bullshit, Natalia bullshit. This is the first real feud, but they fast tracked it immediately. So you're gonna have to switch the titles. They booked themselves into a corner.
Amen.
Ryan, you take the lead on that.
I agree with you 100%. And to me, what you do is you have Sasha win this match. You have Bailey retain. Um, whether or not you have either one of them help each other, I don't know. Um, I might do it simply to cement them as like a
Tag
like
or
a
like
tag
a like a
team.
union.
Yeah, like a unit. I would
Yeah,
say.
like a yeah.
Yeah, because what
Um,
was Bailey's whole thing? She's like, "Oh, like I'm just being loyal to my friend." Like Bailey wasn't thinking she's a good role model because she's loyal to her friend in Sasha. Because she
Yeah,
was
like
kind of like an in between. She wasn't really a heel. She's like, "Oh, I'm just being loyal to my friend,"
yeah.
who
so
her friend happens to be a heel.
so I don't know. I don't know what to say about Bailey coming out because I want to see Sasha win the match legit.
Oh, so do I. But I think to
I
get the heat, because Sasha has no heat. We all agree with everything Sasha's saying. If she
so
wins like a sneak and it's,
yeah,
NXT, Ratchet, Sasha Banks, then there might be some heat. But right now, that woman has no heat on her.
and I think too Becky would do better right now because she to me she's lost all her momentum. So to me, I would think she'd be better in the chasing position, chasing after the title. And then you have to me Bailey and Sasha both have the championships. I would have them go after and win the tag titles as well.
See, I like when they do stuff like that. And you have like two chant like each person with two belts. So I agree with that.
Then they will have like the power trip once again.
I would do that. I would have them having all the gold, but I agree with you. You need to cement Bailey at least a little bit more of a heel. She needs to at least show that she's a heel. She hasn't showed that enough.
On those regards, I want to say, guys, like they need to switch her theme song.
Yeah.
They need to switch the way she comes out in
No,
the
yeah,
ring.
no more of
Yeah,
the
and that's what WWE. They're not. They don't care. They don't invest enough into the superstars. They're like, yeah, we'll turn you heel, but like, look at what they did with Io Shirai.
Yeah, that's
They
what that's
turned her heel, and did she have new theme music, I think?
It's new music,
New
new
music, new
I
outfit.
well, see,
that's Triple H.
that's
Though.
NXT.
That's Triple H.
NXT is totally
To
different
me,
from main roster.
that's Terra Rising.
Yeah, NXT's wrestling, WWE Sports Entertainment.
Yeah, because she like Terra Rising would have said this has to make sense. So she needs new theme song. She needs new attire.
What I think it all is, and this is me, I think what they're worried about with Bailey is she's big with the kids,
Yeah.
and they don't want to lose some of the stuff like Make a
So,
Wish.
so they worry about money. That's
Yeah.
all it is the
They're
money.
all
It's
worried.
all about money, so that's why they don't completely pull the trigger on that, and that's
But
why
if you build up other women, imagine if they build up Kyrie Sane, the pirates. You're telling me little kids won't love that?
right.
Oh
But
no, like
you don't build these people up.
yeah, to me, like why Kyrie Sane and Asuka they're not even featured on TV.
Asuka has a YouTube channel. Not to go too off subject, but she has a YouTube channel where she's playing video games. And somebody tweeted her about about like wrestling or whatever, and she tweeted them back and she said, "I'm a YouTuber now."
See,
That's ridiculous.
see, that's what I mean.
One of the most badass women on the planet. Oh, I'm a YouTuber now. I make
Yeah,
YouTube videos. That's so depressing.
well, yeah, to me, and then you have Paige as
I'm
the
telling you,
manager.
New Japan or AEW the day after that contract. So
I hope
I hope
for both of those women. I would say even EO as well.
Even Neo, because Neo's never gonna win.
No,
He was never. To me, they should have done it, and I said this to Ryan, and I think I said this to you, Eki. They should have done it. Like the moment, like the second match that they had, it was the time for Shayna to drop the title, maybe do main roster, but Io should have been the champion at least one time.
yeah. I mean,
And
it could still happen, but we'll see. So yeah, I think
so
Sasha's winning this. I
I'm
don't
gonna
think there's no
say
way
Sasha
she can
has to
lose.
win. Sasha has to win because Becky, her momentum is completely gone, and the only way to build Sasha up is by with the title.
you can't have her come back and lose.
Yeah, exactly. And you need to like if she wants to back up every single word that she said so far, she needs to back it up with goal. And being
Mhm.
able to at least retain that goal for more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's have this title reign last till like I don't know the Royal Rumble or something.
Yeah,
Like
like
last a couple
make it
months.
long. Make it long. Yeah.
Not even Survivor Series. Like let's get into 2020 before they think about dropping that belt.
Well, it's like you don't know the Ronda might come back.
Things are different though right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if Ronda comes back, I don't care if it's Ronda. I don't care who it is. You don't get a title shot the day one. Like I don't think Sasha should have got a title shot yet.
No. No.
I'm just saying with Sasha, it's different now when it comes to her with WWE.
Oh well, like she probably she
They-
probably agreed to a lot of things.
I'm saying, in WWE's mind, they should know right now they need her.
Oh yeah,
And
they're on thin
if
ice
they
with
don't
her.
treat her, she may walk.
Yeah. Yep.
So they need to keep that in the back
They-
of their minds.
They'd be like, okay, like we know what happened before,
So I think they need to keep that in the back of their heads that if we don't give her a long title run,
and then she's gonna walk out.
she might walk.
Yeah. So okay, we agree that Sasha in all three ends, Sasha will win the title. Now let's go to the SmackDown side, where Bailey, I will never turn heel against Charlotte, 9-time women's champion. Who wins? Eki, start us up.
Who? This is like this is probably the toughest match I had to pick the whole thing. It's because it's like the Miz Nakamura. I want Nakamura to win, but I picked the Miz. I want Bailey to retain. You know, what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm picking Bailey. I think they'll give it. I can see him giving it to Charlotte, but I'm picking Bailey. I think you got to do the two women. Like the power trip with them. At
That
least
would
for
be
the
nice.
main titles.
That
Maybe
would
not
be
give
nice,
them the
but
tag titles right away,
they
but
don't think about those things anymore because again, like you said, Vince comes up with these ideas by himself. Maybe before it was Pat Patterson, it was Briscoe who was there, even JR.
Yeah.
All these guys came out and be like, "How about this? How about this?" Ideas that like were good. And for me, I'm picking Bailey also, but they're gonna make Charlotte look strong. So I'm saying Sasha will come out and she'll help Bailey. She does some kind of distraction, and Charlotte, of course, like falls into that because, of course, they're dumb, right? and then the
what
thing
if they have it? What
and
if
die.
this is how they could book it, like to tell a story, to have this match be first, and Charlotte or Sasha comes out and helps Bailey, and then she might be like, "Oh, like Sasha helped me win," and then like you could have something where Becky has Sasha in the armbar, and it's like, oh, Sasha gonna tap, and then Bailey could come out and help, and
Yeah,
then you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you
it
helped
could be
me,
like
now
the
I
one
help
helps
you.
the other, and one helps the other. So in my case, I feel that like Bailey was gonna retain just mainly just because, for example, like Ryan said, something really 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 important here. Sasha is now a different person in WWE, so she might have some kind of influence also on Bailey when it comes to winning and losing. So
I
it
mean,
will,
I hope so, but
I
we'll
think
see.
I think I don't think that they're gonna give Charlotte the Tammy reign yet.
What do you think, Ryan?
And you
Is
know
she
why? And I'm
Char
gonna
10?
mention this, and I'm just going, and then I'll pass it to Ryan because I know that like I read in some kind of report that they're gonna punish Charlotte because of the Ric Flair thing that we reported last week. There you go,
I
Eki.
hope so.
They're
I
gonna
hope so,
punish
because Ric
Charlotte.
Flair.
And remember, hear the words, Eki. Punish hometown. They're gonna make her lose.
Well, yeah, didn't Bailey drop she dropped the Raw title in San Jose to Alexa Bliss, I think.
It's like we always say, and Ryan, and we said this in the in the previous episodes. They hate when you go to your hometown. They
Yeah,
make you lose in your hometown.
there's no
And we
such
were
thing
just
as the
talking,
hometown rub.
yeah,
They rub
before
you out, if anything.
before we got via satellite with you, uh, we said Edge losing to John Cena in Toronto.
Yeah.
Unforgiven 2006. That was the beginning of the end for Edge.
Oh,
He was the champion, and then John Cena won that in Edge's hometown and in Edge's favorite match, the one that he always won, the TLC match. So they will do that, and if they're pissed at Flair, they will show it in through Charlotte.
So what do you think, Ryan? Who's winning?
to me, I'm going with Bailey as well to retain. To me, they have to do that because I think now that you've established this tag team and you show that they're friends, you have to do it. And Juan has brought up a really good point right now. If Ric Flair is suing the company over something as stupid as the man gimmick, I think they're going to show, because they're petty.
They're gonna punish her. Yeah,
Where's
yeah.
Where's Buddy Rogers? Doesn't
Yeah.
he want to get in on this? Doesn't he want to sue Ric Flair for stealing the man gimmick?
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta like do it like yeah, Buddy Rogers gonna sue
Or
Ric
for the
Flair.
or Nature Boy
For
rather?
Nature Boy. For Nature Boy. So if
That's
anything, then
such
gonna
bullshit.
then Randy Savage's wife should sue Bailey for the elbow.
Yeah, and Shawn Michaels and half the roster.
Yeah, and everybody. Yeah. So
That's
like,
what I mean. It's such. I lost a little bit of respect for Ric Flair. I'm sure he's upset that I don't like him as much.
well, Ryan. I think that like when we reported it, yeah, it is true though. But Ryan said the main reason is like Flair needs money. He's money motivated.
Always.
So he has to look into something that he can pull off to make money.
And the thing is, it's not like Becky and Charlotte hate each other. They're like best friends
Yeah,
outside of the ring. That's what's so messed up.
yeah, we're gonna have a wedding with like Cien Almas and Charlotte and Rollins and Becky.
Yep.
See, that's for example, that's a good mixed tag that I would love to see. You know,
That
and
is,
I
but I don't
bet.
care about mixed tag until they do intergender
Oh no,
wrestling.
they need to do intergender.
It would
They
be
need to
nice.
tease it like like Nia Jax did, like China used to get their finishers.
Well, I thought it was good when Corbin did
They
the end of
did
days
the
on
end of
Becky.
days on Becky.
I thought that was
Yeah, that was the only legit heat he's
Uh,
ever gotten.
yeah, it's like come on, it's like women, and this is again, women call for equality. They need to receive finishers too.
But then don't tempt me
Yeah,
by doing that
yeah,
and then not doing anything
don't
else.
Yeah,
tease
and
it
that's the
one
thing.
time and done.
I'm sure like 80% of the women on that roster would be down for that.
Yeah,
They would be 100% on board. It's
there
It's the family friendly image. They don't
because
want, oh no, we don't want to hit women. It's like, but you're in a contact sport. But they don't
exactly.
view it as a sport. They
Eki,
view it as a soap
let's
opera.
just like switch gears for 2 seconds. Tessa Blanchard is going against Sammy Callahan for a chance to the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. What is that telling
Yeah, and that match was good, from
you?
what I
Yeah,
heard.
yeah. And see, Tessa went back to back and they hit each other. Like you said, it's a contact sport. Why
Yeah.
can they do that?
And I mean, hey, I hate to break it to some people, but it's a predetermined work,
Yeah.
so you just don't hit them as hard. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's ways around it.
Yes, like,
It's not like
exactly.
you're in there really slugging this 120-pound woman. No, you'd maybe chop them a little bit softer, or you do something different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I think that, again we all agree Bailey. But if WWE is really petty, Bailey will retain.
And if Bailey loses, she needs to beat her and Sasha need to beat down Charlotte. Like
Yes.
Charlotte can win, but
Yes.
they need to freaking beat her something senseless after the match
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Beat her
because
so bad that Cien Almas comes out.
they can't look weak. Like
Oh
if
no.
Bailey loses, she can't just be like pouting and then oh our next match is this. Like she needs to look strong even if
Yeah.
she loses.
Yes. If not,
Big time.
all these months is gonna be useless,
Yeah.
completely useless. So I think we're gonna close the predictions with the main event, right?
We still have
We still have more.
WWE Championship match.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it never ends.
Kofi Kingston and Orton.
Kofi Kingston and Orton.
This match I'm actually looking forward to because I think it could be good. There's a possibility this match will be good.
Okay, Ryan, start us out with this one.
Well, to me, the intensity has picked up,
Yes.
at least with the rivalry.
Yeah.
My only thing with this match is I'm wondering if they're not going to pull the title switch tonight in order to go to Hell in a Cell, or if they'll do the title switch tonight and then have them fight again at Hell in a Cell.
But what would be the reason? Because there's no reason.
That's
the-
boring.
But WWE is
That-
boring.
that's-
They are boring, and that's what I'm confused about.
Yeah.
Are they going to do it tonight and pull the title switch, or are they going to pull the title switch at Hell in a
To
Cell?
me, it seems that like they're gonna do it just because like Kofi got the upper hand on SmackDown,
Yeah.
and they completely replicate the whole thing
Whole
that
thing
they
and
did
everything.
like 10 years ago. I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, man, why they have to redo the same thing?
Yeah,
It's
the
like
same
every time that
spots
they
and
have
all
two
that.
big
Yeah.
guys,
Well, it's 'cause
every time they have two big guys, they have to break the ring.
they can't think of anything else to do. That's why nobody is creative anymore.
Yeah.
It's because Vince had a good idea 10 years ago and he's like, oh, that's real good. Let's do that one again. And they're
Yeah.
like, Vince, nobody
Again
cares. And
and
he's like,
again.
no. Well, I care.
You will see that every time that they have two big guys, they got to go through some big piece of equipment. They break the ring, go through the Titantron.
The ring shit has got it. That thing should never be done ever again.
It's like it's been done so many times.
Oh,
It's been done so many times.
should have been done once
and done. So yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
so
okay, Eki, take us like your thoughts on this right.
I mean, the same thing. I'm thinking if you don't give it to Orton here, you got to give it to him on that first episode of SmackDown. This feud can't go any longer than that. It's got to end. Like when they move to Fox.
Yeah. So
I don't.
you pick Ryan
For me, I do it tonight.
and Orton.
Orton.
What about you, Eki? And then I know you had more thoughts on that. So
No. I mean, that's pretty much it for this. I think it's got to go to Orton. To give it to Kofi at Mania was a feel good moment. I said he's dropping at the next pay per view right after Mania. He still has it. I was done. I wanted Brian to retain at Mania. I was done with Kofi, and I've been done with Kofi for how long? I'm ready for him to.
Yeah, to me, this is as bad as Mahal.
Yeah.
As bad as Mahal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far, but don't come out with a unicorn horn, fucking slinging pancakes after.
Ask me why, Eki? It's because nobody really cares about the championship. You know,
to me, it's you're not bringing any memorable. To me, you're kind of like disgracing the championship because you're throwing freaking pancakes into the crowd. Like X said, you're wearing a unicorn horn on your damn head. You know, bring prestige to the title.
And
okay?
and
you're not doing that.
And you know, as when you have a title, you gotta make memorable moments every time. And I'm sorry, but we don't even know who Kofi has retained to. Oh yeah, Ziggler 2 times and everything.
Well, no, he had all those random title matches. Against AJ.
Yeah.
And then against Sami Zayn, but you instead of booking these in feuds, you book them a random edition on SmackDown Live. Oh, championship matches on the line. They go 8 minutes and done. Who cares? No one, because there's no WWE don't care, and if
the
they
one
don't care,
feud that
neither
could
will
have
we.
been, and the one feud that could possibly been decent, the one with Kevin Owens, ended in what pay-per-view?
Yeah.
You know.
That's when the New Day should have turned heel,
Yeah,
and they should have turned on Kofi, and then Kofi loses it.
And Kofi,
exactly.
and then finally,
and then you have a heel team in the New
relevant,
Day, and Kofi can be a single star, and I don't know, do whatever.
And he chases after Kevin.
Yes.
And and then the New Day helps Kevin Owens.
Or did Kofi ever win the IC championship?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah,
okay, so
Kofi's a Grand Slam champion now.
Yep.
He's been IC champ. He's been European. I mean, I'm sorry, United
US.
States. He's been tagged and now world heavyweight champion or the WWE champion.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know.
I pick
I'm
Randy because it's just we need somebody different. But I'm asking Randy Orton right here, right now in Rubric, change the fucking theme song and give me,
Hey,
hey, nothing you can say. Yeah,
Oh,
I want the old theme song all over again.
yeah, the voices is I don't know.
Voices to me is a little
A lot
cringe.
of WWE theme songs don't really get me excited. They need to rechange a lot of them, I think, but
Yeah,
some of
show
them are good. But
the camera, showing the camera for Eck.
okay. Please
there he
fucking
is.
win, dude. Fucking win.
Yeah, it's about time. So yeah, we all agree Randy Orton, and I think that's that. It was. I mean, the feud is kind of like hot. I like that, but I don't like the like Orton coming out stupid, stupid, stupid.
Yeah.
Give me a little more than that.
Well, again,
Orton can put off better stuff.
Orton has
Well, see,
a
that
lot.
was good to do that one time, and then Vince, he was probably, oh, that's hilarious. Keep doing that, and
Yeah,
they can't argue with him.
yeah,
It's definitely Vince.
yeah, it's definitely been. So well, anyway, I think finally we're gonna like.
This
I
is
think
the
going
main event.
the main event.
Universal Championship. Seth Rollins taking on Braun Strowman.
All right, Ryan, and then I guess I'll start.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Just
start at
because
20.
because you guys have started the whole time. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All love for my family here. Uh, to me, Rollins has to retain just because they're sending it out for Hell in a Cell. How is he gonna retain? We'll see. There's been reports that Wyatt might get involved already, and it will turn into a triple threat in Hell in a Cell. Or like Ryan said when we were talking, he might win it clean because they don't really care for Strowman.
I
My pick in this match, Seth Rollins. Go Eki.
I think that this was a dumb feud. Seth and Braun, you end it here. Somebody wins, and then that's it. And then because I think Corbin's gonna win King of the Ring. I think then whoever wins here goes against Corbin at Hell in a Cell. You kind of book that match, but you don't really put too much stock into it because that's when I think the Fiend appears. And then I think the Fiend, I don't know, just appears in the middle of the ring or he just like rips the doors off to the cell or something. That's where I think he appears. And then you just have Corbin, I don't know, he interjects himself in the match or something. Corbin eats the fall.
It might
That's
be.
how I see it. I
It might,
don't
to me, I think that like this time is either like the Fiend is gonna be involved right now. He's gonna get
tonight
involved.
at Clash of
Yeah,
Champions, you think?
yeah, yes, yeah, because they need to. Because I mean, the guy not showing up is also make him not memorable. I mean,
Yeah.
we all wait for it, but at the same time, if you don't keep showing it, then you're gonna start losing interest.
I don't know
And
how he didn't come out and like attack the Undertaker or maybe not even attack him. Maybe just his music goes off and they just have a stare down and then maybe Undertaker goes to choke slam him and then it goes black and then he's just gone.
you know, and
Like,
like
do something cool. He made no appearance and then yeah, we
it,
had the
it
Firefly
was a
Funhouse.
complete waste of the Undertaker.
For me, what I would have done,
There you go, Ryan.
okay, instead, because you have Bray Wyatt on Raw, you had Austin there. Why not have him attack Austin?
Yeah,
Okay, instead of having the whole cheering thing going, okay, and having him, you know, embarrass the OC once again, and having their stock go down once more if there's any stock left. Okay, have the Fiend come out while Austin's just talking or something, instead of having that whole segment there that which was worthless, and then have him attack Austin
yeah,
like he did Foley.
yeah. And he keeps attacking legends.
That would be nice.
Yeah, yeah. To me,
That
even
would have
like
been cool, but I don't know if I would have wanted to see Austin get like mandible clawed and be like flopping on the ground.
I don't need a mandible claw. I'm fine with a Sister Abigail.
yeah,
And then to me, I agree with you. I would have done back-to-back nights. But to me, the problem with Taker is I've already seen. I know people argue, well, it's different because it's the Fiend. But I've already seen Wyatt versus Taker, and I don't want to see Taker at another WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I mean, if it's that or Taker versus Sting, then I'll see that. But because I
I'd
don't
rather.
want to see Taker versus Sting.
I mean,
I do, but 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
the
Exactly.
theme like what I would have done is it had to be in SmackDown, and it had to be if they wanted to. The theme, he attacks Taker, and he does the mandible claw because that's how mankind used to do it on him. So it's kind of going a little back to like
Oh yeah.
'96 when mankind came out.
Yeah.
So you go back to it. It's like full circle.
Imagine
So
if he pulled him even under the ring like Mankind,
yeah, like
popped out of the canvas and ripped him down.
yeah, and for example, like I could see those two having like a boiler room match.
I don't know if Taker. No, that would kill him.
Taker can't do that.
That would kill him
So
at his age.
that would be legit, or like a buried alive.
They won't do it though. You know that
He's too old. He's too old, man.
Now.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, but like I could see so many like ways to go about this.
Now, if they would have booked the Demon, I see him right behind you there next to AJ Styles. If they would have booked the Demon correctly, then you could have did all that stuff with the Demon and the Fiend.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, let's say when Balor comes back, he comes back as the Demon and he goes after Wyatt, and that could be,
But
let's say,
You got to build him up because people
yeah,
they're
but
gonna remember Balor as that. Oh, wasn't he the guy who held the IC championship, did nothing, and then he went away?
yeah, I mean, it is true though. But it would be nice, for example, Wyatt being the Universal Champion and Balor comes back
That would be
as
nice.
the Demon.
That would be nice.
And see, for example, that has so much meaning, both in characters and the Universal Championship on the line. That would be great. But to me, again, I will say they wasted an appearance from The Undertaker. And poor Sami Zayn. Put the
Yeah,
mask on
that
and
made
be
no
out
sense.
there for one more time.
Yes.
Right?
That was like you're playing 2K20 and they just simulate matches for the universe mode. You're like, what? This doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn coming out there.
One chokeslam and done.
Yeah.
And not even a tombstone. This reminded me of the thing we watched with Elias.
Yeah.
Taker's gonna kill you. Taker, and then yeah.
Just made no sense.
Made no sense. So Ryan, your thoughts about Strowman and Rollins?
For me, I hope what they do is what I told you earlier. I hope that the Fiend shows up, and almost what we have is it goes to a no contest.
Yes.
I would like to see that just because he's interjecting himself, and you see he wants a title shot. That's what I want to see. Because this match, like X said, why is this match even taking place?
Mm-hmm.
Is there to
Because
me?
he looked at the title, I think. He looked at it or pointed at it or smelled it or something.
It's a bullshit match. You don't need to see it. Where, at least if we see this guy come out, beats the shit out of both these guys. Because to me, Rollins and Strowman have no momentum.
Wyatt needs to really beat him up.
Okay, so I would like to see that. I'd like to see a no contest at the end. That would be nice. I don't want to see it a Hell in a Cell, like a no contest again, where he comes out, rips the cage door off, and does stuff because, we saw that with Lesnar. I'm sorry, but a Hell in a Cell can't go to a no contest.
Yeah.
We saw that with Lesnar, where he did 2 F5s on the guys, and then it was a no contest. That makes no sense.
I remember Ryan saying to me, Aki, he goes, "Is a Hell in a Cell. He's no DQ. They should keep going."
They have to keep going. It's Hell in a Cell is pretty much unsanctioned.
Yeah.
You have to have a winner.
Yeah.
So, when I saw that happen, I'm like, okay. Mick Foley went off the top of the Hell in a Cell, went through a Hell in a Cell, and continued the match. These two haven't done nearly that much. They took an F5 each from Lesnar, and they can't continue the match.
Yeah.
That made no sense. You pretty much made both Strowman and Reigns look like pussies.
Yeah, when that happened, I was expecting it's like, okay, they're going to get up from this F5 and continue this match. Or it'll be a triple threat for some reason. I didn't think it was going to end there. And then they ended it. It's like, okay, there goes the rules for Hell in a Cell, I guess.
Right? I mean, I remember just as it was going on, I heard people yelling, "This is bullshit!" Bullshit.
What happened the first Hell in a Cell when Kane ripped the door off? Was the ref like, "Oh, cancel the match"?
The match kept going. Michaels just put the hand over, got the pin.
Yeah, Kane didn't he throw him on top of Taker? Or something?
No,
dragged him, or did Michaels?
Just Michaels just put a hand on top of Taker and done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It wasn't like the ref's like, "Oh no, who's this guy? We better stop this match."
No, and remember when they had the 6 Armageddon Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Taker was on top of the cell.
Yeah.
For some reason, he never came down.
Yeah.
He never.
He was done.
He was, yeah.
For some reason, he was done.
He did a choke slam to Rikishi and done.
There was like one hand.
Yeah.
That Kurt Angle got. What it was on? What was it?
Oh, on the Rock.
Was it Rock?
In the Rock, yeah.
And then done.
Yeah, yeah, because the Rock got the Stone Cold Stunner.
And before that, didn't he get pedigreed?
No. I think Stone Cold gets pedigree.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
Right.
I think the Rock does the. I think the sequence is like
it was a stunner, and then he got pedigree.
Yeah, and then I think Angle just pushes Triple H, and then he puts like the hand and done. Yeah. So I think I feel that like we all agree Rollins will retain. There's no title.
Yeah.
No title switch.
No title switch.
You didn't build up Strowman. He's dead. He has a little momentum behind him, more so than Rollins by some fans, but nobody cares. If the title switch doesn't make sense.
The thing with Strowman is like the one time that he did have legit momentum was No Mercy 2007.
Before we knew he was a big gimmick.
Yes. That was the moment that he needed to become champion. He wasn't ready. To me, nobody wants to see him as champion.
No.
So that's the reason why, to me, right now, he doesn't need to be champion. And I mean, if you're going to put it on, if he's going to just hold the belt for 1 month, because then he's going to start feuding with Wyatt, there's no reason to do that.
No.
So if you're going to be like just a hot potato champion, to me, I'd rather just see Rollins retain them.
Yeah, I'd rather see him hold it, and then if they want to hot track the title to the Fiend, then just have Rollins hold it and then drop to the Fiend. Don't give it to Strowman to drop.
Exactly. So yep. So this concludes this review for previews and predictions of what will be Clash of Champions for 2019. And thank you all thanks Ryan, thanks Eki for your
no problem
here for the beautiful conversation that we had. We hope that like we're right in our predictions. We'll be reviewing that with Ryan and Eki. We will be doing a Facebook Live also. The pay-per-view is over.
Yep.
And then hopefully we can compare what did we say and what did actually take place. So thank you, family, for watching us. Keep supporting. Keep sharing the videos. We will be back with you guys with more. Take it easy. Ada.